Hi, y'all. Guess what I got? I got it in my hand. I have remembered the K-Cup. Whoop, whoop. Okay, today's coffee. How are you guys? Today is Wednesday. Gosh, is it the 7th? The 8th. Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. And today's coffee is brought to you by Crazy Cups again. Medium roast decaf coffee. And it's called Better Than Hazelnut. Now, I'm guessing that that is meant for you to ask the question, what's better than hazelnut? But I remembered something's going on 2 days in a row to remember. I have my New Orleans cup with all the parish houses, cottage houses from downtown New Orleans. A little bit of sugar. So what's better than hazelnut, you ask? I can't explain it. Because I think I taste the hazelnut in there. So far, so good, though. I'm still not sure about that one right now. I need to let it cool down a little bit, and then we'll get another little sip, and we'll see if we can taste something more. So it is rather late in the afternoon, so this video probably will not get posted till, I don't know, sometime this evening. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I had an 11 o'clock visit this morning with the doctor. I was not feeling well enough to come on camera before I went. Took my shower last night, combed my hair, and this is what it looks like when I woke up. Some of you are going to go, anyway. So, I have a secondary infection from having had the flu, which is exactly what I felt like was going on. It is a sinus infection right in here on this left side. So the doctor put me on antibiotics and a round of steroids again. And some of you may remember I did that in September. I had 2 rounds of antibiotics and 2 rounds of steroids before I knocked out the sinus issues last fall. And here we are again. We had 80 degrees. What day was that? Was that Monday we had 80 degrees? And then yesterday it was 40. And today, I think we're in the 40s again today. We might have gotten a little above the 40s. We might be more like 50 today. I was able to finish this last color, the coffee shop color, on the poncho. And this is where we're at. Got it folded up so I can show you guys what the colors are looking like. So there's color 1, color 2, color 3, color 4, and color 5. And this one was the coffee shop. I have made the decision that I am not going to do any more increases. And Serbs has got his bone. He's all set with his bones. I hope that it doesn't cause a little shake on the camera, because he's laying on the floor, and of course I've got my tripod, got you on the tripod, so there may be a little bit of a shaking going on. I can't really stop him from chewing on his bones, y'all, so I hope that if you're wearing earbuds or headphones that doesn't bother you. Just know that he's really enjoying it, and it's bacon cheese flavor. It's his new one. Okay, that's what it's looking like. I'm loving it. I did not get 7 rows out of that color. So I did not get 7 rows out of the coffee shop. I only got 6, and I'm going to leave it at 6. I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, you guys? 6 rows. Because whatever happens from here on out, we're just going to go with it. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to worry about adding on or anything like that if I don't get my 7 rows, because it's bigger now, which means it takes more yarn to get our section done. So let's pick another color. How are you guys doing today? I've told y'all my ails, but the show must go on, right? Okay, I'm closing my eyes. What do y'all want me to do? You want me to pick from the bottom? Oh. Ooh. Why I do that? Well, it's another solid though. Okay. This is Yarn Bee Rustic Romantic. I believe it's all acrylic. This one's called Barnwood Fence. No, this has some hemp in it. I don't know that I've even used this one yet. I want to say I tried to use some of this on a hat, because I think I have one that is in a cake that I had caked it up and started to use it in a hat, and it felt a little, I don't know, felt a little weird for the hat. So this will be interesting to use it. 3.5 ounces, 220 yards, 85% acrylic and 15% hemp. It is a number 4 weight. There's the color. Yeah, Barnwood Fence. Made in Turkey. It feels really good. It's going to be another one that has like this hairy stuff on it. You know, hairy stuff. We'll see how that does. No problem, you guys. No problem. Feels good. Okay, that's our color. I'm gonna find the, where's my hook? So that is my story. I went to the doctor and I got my medicine. Then I went to the post office and I came home. And that is all that has happened today. I started watching a little bit of the Murdoch trial this morning, and then I had to stop and go to my appointment. And I got back and I'm like, what is going on? They were on a break because someone called in a bomb threat. So I don't right now know what's going on. I haven't gone back to it because I was like, okay, I need to record my video and then we will see what's going on. So, also, for those that have been waiting like I have an appointment with the cardiologist now. I told my doctor, I said, I have not heard from them. I told his nurse, and she said, let me check on that. She said, because the last time that I looked, I know that they had gotten the order. And I said, okay. So she went in there and she looked and she said, they got the order and it looks like it's in review. So she said, I'll send them a little prompt, you know. Okay. So obviously they had gotten something from her saying that she had been in the file, you know, or something. I don't know how it works. So I got home from the pharmacy and the post office, and sat down here with a little something to eat because I have to eat with that antibiotic and with the, not just the antibiotic, but also with the steroid. And got a phone call from the cardiologist. So we are, things are happening. What's happening, hot stuff? Do y'all remember that movie? If you remember that movie, y'all make a comment, let me know. What's happening, hot stuff? Oh my gosh, that's an 80s. It's an 80s movie, just so you know. It's a reference to an 80s movie. There you go. Let me know what you think that was. It is hazelnut, but it's also got something else in it. So I'm thinking it's like because it's the donut cups, right? No, crazy cup. Looks like donut. I think it's got like a vanilla, so it might be like a vanilla hazelnut. Not sure. But it's really good. I do like it better than hazelnut. Excuse me. Okay, now I was thinking about this, and I want to do a different stitch since I'm not doing any increases. So I've got my first double crochet in there. Now I'm going to go in between. Okay, I don't know how to explain this, but I'm going to go in between the next two stitches, so the next two double crochets, but I'm going to go below that to the stitch that's in between those next two double crochets. So make a double crochet there, and then there's two double crochets, the next two right between them, so it's not the row below, but the row below the below and below. And I'm going to grab the top of that post. So I'm going to yarn over and go down and grab just the top of that post. Okay, I'm going to flip this here. Right there. Can you all see it at all? Right there. Now I'm going to pull it through and kind of elongate it a little bit, you know, pull it up and finish out that double crochet. So it's an elongated double crochet. Now there's those two double crochets right there next to the first one I did. So I'm really skipping those two, and I'm going to go to the next one and do a double crochet. All right, so that's now how it's going to look. Right there. I hope you can see it. I'm going to do this all the way around. So now I'm going to, here's my next two double crochets, and I'm going to go right below and in between them, right in between those two to the one below them, and grab that top of that post and do a elongated double crochet. Now I'm going to go next to the two at the top and do one on the next one. I hope that makes sense, you guys. You know, I'm not wanting to do a whole lot of, I don't want to do a whole lot of editing on this, but here's what I'll do. Let me take a little, I'll take a little picture of it and insert it here, okay? Okay, maybe that will help you guys to see what I'm talking about. Now, when I come back around, I will be going into that first double and then the space and the top of the elongated. So basically making sure I have stitches on for every one of these that it's in the row below. So one here, those two behind it, top of the double, the two behind it. You see what I'm saying? Making sure that I have one for all of those. But I'll show you that when I will show you what I'm talking about when I come back around. Let me see if I can show you. Let's do it this way. Trying to pull this from the outside. That's not going to work either. Here is one of the previous colors. Now, where did the center pole go? You know I was using this. Lordy. So what are you guys up to today? What are you working on? What you doing? I don't know. I've told you guys my and Mr. Fiber's story. But I don't know how much I've told you about my story. You got to know a little bit about the crap I went through with the men in my life. Although I didn't tell you a whole lot, really. There is a reason that I am an advocate for domestic violence survivors. An advocate for those that help domestic violence survivors. And oh my gosh, did you guys see that? The pictures came out from Gabby Petito. That made me so mad I could not even read the article. But when the articles from when it was the pictures from the day of when Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie were pulled over, I could just scream. Makes me so mad. And I think that was probably done in Discovery because the lawsuit has been going. Okay, so it's going to be here and here. It's going to be in this space. That's one, and then here's the second one, and then that's the next one. Yep. So it's this. So here's the double I start with, and then there's the space, and then here's the top of the elongated one, okay, and then the next double. Okay, so then it's the space, the top of the elongated one, and then the top of the next double. And that's how we're going to get back to our solid. I hope when I go to write all this up for you guys that it will make more sense. But I hope it's making sense now if you're making this. If you don't understand it, just do more double crochets. It's no big deal. Do it your way. You don't have to do it my way if you don't want to. You may not be doing it at all, and that's okay too. It's all okay today. Oh, I have my humidifier going. Today my essential oil is eucalyptus to help with all the opening everything up. Oh, it's so good. You know, for a decaf, that one is very, very close to the flavor of an actual, like, a lot of the decafs feel a little, they taste just to me a little watered down, okay? Like not as rich tasting. This one is very rich. So I'm really enjoying that Crazy Cup brand a lot. It's a very rich coffee. That tastes awesome. Okay, a little bit more about me. I was born in California. My mom was a secretary. My dad, when I was little, when I was younger, my dad had a gas station. And then later, and he had, okay, my biological father had a gas station. And my mother was working as a secretary. And Daddy was, he had been in the Navy. But he was out of the Navy, and my family from that side is from Tulare in California. And I have an aunt. I had an aunt, a great aunt, actually. No, it would have been my aunt, not my great aunt, but my aunt. One of my biological father, it would be his sister. She and her husband had owned and ran a funeral home in Tulare. And that funeral home is the only funeral home in the country that was designed by a architect, famous architect. It was the only one of those that he had done. They sold it. They didn't always own it. Anyway, Frank Lloyd Wright. For those of you that are talking to me, Frank Lloyd Wright, I got it. Anyway, so yeah, California. We lived in a little town called Delano, if you have any idea where that was at. Yeah. And then my mom, her family was in Nevada. Now, I know a lot of you are now saying Nevada. No, it's Nevada. If you have ever lived in Nevada, you will know it's Nevada. It's the same as other places, right? And we left California and moved back to Nevada, and we lived in Nevada for a while, and then my mom and my biological father divorced. By then, when we moved back to Nevada, Daddy was a truck driver, and my mom by then had gone to working in the casino. So my mama was a blackjack dealer, and my daddy was a truck driver. So if y'all want to know where I got my ability to cuss, there you go. That's where that came from. Just saying. Just be thankful nobody worked for the railroad. Oh, goodness. And I used to drive. Now, there are issues with my biological father. Just saying, there are issues. He's not a terrible person. He's not horrible. There are issues with my mother. She was not a terrible person. She was not. But there were issues. I have issues with both of my parents. My dad is my stepdad. And he became my stepdad when I was like 11. And we moved from Nevada back to California. And we lived in Morro Bay. And then we lived from there. After living in California, we moved to Germany. Lived in Germany for 3.5 years. I speak German. Naja, ich kann Deutsch sprechen. I don't have a lot of words anymore. I've lost a lot of words, but I can still speak it. I can definitely read it. Don't always know what it says. But I can speak it, I can read it, you know, and I'm just not completely fluent anymore. Then from Germany, we moved to Texas. So that's how I got here. That's how I got in Texas. Lived in Texas for let's see, through high school. Graduated. Well, no, we were in Germany in high school, but we moved here my senior year of high school. And I've told y'all that I used to ride a motorcycle. When I got my driver's license, I was the only senior in driver's ed. But that's okay, because I was the only girl who rode a motorcycle to school. You know, that's just me. Very eclectic I am. And then graduated from high school, and then I went to live with my sister. Yeah, I have a sister. My sister was living at the time. She was moving, and I went with her when she moved. And she went to live in Biloxi, Mississippi. My sister's 4.5 years older than me. And we don't speak. So that's why you don't hear about her, because we don't talk. And you don't really hear much about Daddy, because I don't really talk to him either. But those two talk to each other. So there's a little bit of that. There's stuff in every family, though. You know? Every family's got a little something going on. And let's see. So she moved to Biloxi and I moved with her because I had graduated. I came back to Texas from Mississippi, stayed in Texas, and then got married to my first husband. Got divorced from the first husband, married the second husband, and had my 2 children, my 2 girls. Got divorced from... Oh, we left Mississippi. Let's go back to Mississippi. We left Mississippi and moved to Washington. I went with my sister on the move. She had kids too, and we moved up to Washington. And she's in Washington State now. And then I came back to Texas. Me and my sister did not get along. After moving to Washington, things got... It got really tense. So my dad came and got me, and I moved back to Texas, and I've pretty well been in Texas ever since. So yeah. I always say when people say, well, where did you live? And I've been everywhere, man. That's what I feel like. Oh, I like this texture. This texture is looking good, you guys. Let me get it up against the other. Look at that. That texture's looking so cool. I like that. Can you see it? Oh, I like that. I don't have a cough. I have stuff that's draining. Okay, what else? Let's see. So yeah, I've pretty well been in Texas ever since. If I had to tell you what year it was, I don't know that I could. At least from 84. I married my first husband in 84. So I know I've been in Texas that long. Since 84. Pretty sure it was before that, but... Now, this is my 3rd marriage. However, I was engaged once before that. Anyway, I shake my head because that one I got away from before anything bad happened. Put it that way. No, literally, I dodged a bullet on that one. Not on the others, but I did on that one. So yeah, I speak German. I rode a motorcycle. I've been across the ocean so many times. Let's see. At least 5 times that I've been across the ocean in an airplane. Because Mom and Dad and I went over there. And that's a story. Mom and Dad and I went over on January the 13th. And it was a Friday. Friday the 13th. Now, my mother grew up with a superstitious father. My grandfather was very superstitious. No one, and this was passed down to me through my mother, no hats on the bed. No hats on the bed. Very bad luck. Hats on the bed, very bad luck. That came down from my grandfather. So when my mother found out that we were traveling on Friday the 13th and we were supposed to get in the airplane, she told my dad, she said, I'm not going. I'm not getting in an airplane on Friday the 13th and flying over the ocean. I'm not going. She threw a fit. I'm not going. Look at the little bits of hemp. And my dad looked at her and he says, so again, let me explain a little bit, because he was in the Air Force. Let me explain to you a little bit again about the service, because I'm not quite sure you understand. When you're in the service and they tell you they need you to go here on this day, you go. You're going. And we did. So we flew on that airplane on Friday the 13th. She didn't like it, but we did it. And we were fine. We made it. Actually, I found it to be quite a bit of fun. Oh gosh, what was it I watched? Oh, I want to say it was Rosemary's Baby. I think the movie that we got to see on the airplane was Rosemary's Baby. This was in 1978, January 13th, a Friday, 1978. We went to Germany. And I watched Rosemary's Baby on the airplane. Oh, fun. Didn't know how to ride a motorcycle at that point. My dad was not an officer. My dad was an enlisted personnel. My mom went to work for... Oh, I have so many stories from Germany, you guys. So many stories from Germany. My mom worked for Family Services, and that was an outfit an outfit, you know. It was an office there on base that assisted families when they were first coming in, and, you know, as they were going in and out of the country, to help them get settled on base. Or say they moved from another part of the country into there. We were in a place called Wiesbaden. So we could talk some more about Germany tomorrow. You guys let me know if you want to. I'm going to let you go because I'm kind of tired now. And I don't want this to be too terribly long, because I need to get it uploaded, and it'll be forever if I do. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you have fun today, and I'll see you later. Oh, auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.